He is not just an ordinary superdelegate, although he does bring that vote. He is a former top official in the Clinton administration, served as Energy Secretary and UN Ambassador. He's someone who the Clintons publicly put a lot of pressure on to endorse. Bill Clinton went so far as to fly to New Mexico to watch the Super Bowl with Bill Richardson and did a little photo opportunity. And the reason that's important is one of the dynamics now that is key is these superdelegates will decide this race. A lot of them would like to endorse Barack Obama, but they're worried about pressure from the Clintons. They're worried that they don't want to step out too soon. And Bill Richardson stepping out, someone who was under more public pressure from the Clintons than any other undecided superdelegate, I think might lead some additional superdelegates to go towards Obama. And again, if that happens, this race is over.
Well, obviously the Clinton campaign is stung a little bit by this. As you say, a good friend there. They came out with their own rather chilly statement on this, saying that it really doesn't matter at this point. Hillary Clinton already gained 2-1 in terms of Hispanic votes in New Mexico. I'm wondering, does it affect the Hispanic vote, and how much?
Well, the Hispanic vote is not that big a deal in the upcoming contest. There are Hispanic Americans, of course, in every state, but there's no key contest coming up till the end of this process. And the next big ones, North Carolina, Indiana, Pennsylvania, the Hispanic vote is not that big a deal. And I'm not sure Governor Richardson sways the Hispanic vote all that much. If he was a real force with Hispanic voters, he probably would have done better with them himself, become more popular with them, and been able to stay in this race. I think, again, the significance of this is the symbolic importance of a former presidential candidate, the nation's only Hispanic governor, and someone who the Clintons publicly courted very much, saying, I cast my superdelegate vote with Barack Obama. And, of course, the timing, as you and your colleagues suggested, is also important because he's doing it in a week when Barack Obama has had arguably his worst stretch of the campaign, mostly related to the distractions and the controversy regarding his support from his former pastor.
Some people are looking at that podium. They're looking at Obama patting Bill Richardson on the back and all of the gushing praise coming from Richardson, and they're saying, Vice President.
That man can gush. There's no doubt about it. When he's for somebody, he is effusive. You know, it's possible he'll be on the ticket. I wouldn't bet a lot of money on it for a variety of reasons, including that I think Barack Obama wants to pick someone with a little bit more gravitas, a little bit more seriousness. Bill Richardson has a great resume. He can be a serious guy. But I think his general tone, his general atmosphere and mood is not what Barack Obama is going to be looking for. My gut tells me he's going to be looking for somebody a little bit more sober and serious rather than the hail fellow well met that Bill Richardson is showing himself once again to be today.
All right, and you could see the pleasure in the face of Barack Obama. You've already noted it. This has been one of the toughest weeks in the campaign for Barack Obama because of the comments made by his pastor, Wright. And it is obvious from every outlet when you listen to the talk show hosts that really speak for the Republican Party. This is going to be videotape and audio tape that is going to be driven home again and again should Barack Obama become the Democratic candidate.
Well, there's no question. You talk to Republicans and you talk to people in the Clinton campaign, they think this exposes the ultimate vulnerability, not just because of the controversial statements and Obama's continuing attempts to explain them, although he hoped his big speech on Tuesday put it to rest, but because it does highlight the fact that this man is new to national politics. He is the least well-known and by normal standards the least well-experienced person who would have become president if he does win in a very long time, by some measures in American history. And so the question is, does this raise in the mind of voters, if not in the Democratic fight, then in the general election? Who is Barack Obama? What do we know about him? Do we know enough about him to be confident to let him be commander-in-chief, control nuclear weapons, etc.? Obama's doing his best to live up to people's expectations and to put to rest those doubts. But the right matter does reinforce it. A Richardson endorsement, though, cuts the other way because Richardson does have standing with people in Washington, people around the country to say, I trust this man to be our next president.